going to go over the answers to the Chapter 15.1 study guide. What were conditions like and what molecules are around the preabiotic Earth? What we're going to look at is we had the, get my pen working here. We had methane, we had water, we had ammonia, we had lightning. We also had monomers available. Monomers, as these started becoming reacting more together, then we could have the monomers making the sugars. And again, these are monomers. 4 ways organic materials could have arrived on Earth. First, we have that it could have came from space from the comets. Could have had it from volcanoes. We also could have had it from the hydrothermal vents. And it also could have had it from alternating wet, dry conditions. Alternating wet, dry conditions. Let's scoot up here and see, get the other questions on here. Name one organic monomer and organic polymer. I'll go through several with you here. First we had the sugars. Sugars, you know, they can go to a polysaccharide. We had the amino acids. Amino acids can form the proteins. We also have nucleic acids. Nucleic acids can be like RNA or DNA. We stated that polymers could not be made in preabiotic Earth under normal conditions because of the water available. So how do they solve this problem? Well, they solved it with our protobionts. One we talked about is a microsphere. Microsphere is just a tiny bubble-like structure that we're able to contain building blocks or monomers, and these monomers could join to make the polymers since they're separated from the hostile high water environment. And then we also have the coacervates, and they did the same thing, molecules on the inside away from the water on the outside. 5 is going to talk about how these coacervates are better. I won't say better, but it had could lead to the making of our prokaryotes today, because they actually had a membrane like the microsphere. But what's neat about this membrane is made of a lipid. And if you know about our cells are phospholipid bilayers. With this being a lipid, it could have been the first start of making a cell. And what makes this also interesting is it is selective permeability. Selectively permeable. Why would UV light, which is very damaging to life, be more intense during the prebiotic Earth? The Earth had no atmosphere, so no atmosphere, it could not filter out, and so there's no filtering of the UV rays. And so much more intense, and it's going to be very damaging to life, and also the formation of molecules. So this would have made it very tough for this to form. And so we definitely had to have the atmosphere form from the bacteria to take the carbon dioxide into oxygen. Notice I did not include carbon dioxide on the first part up there, but carbon dioxide would have been around also. And then the last question to look at is number 7. And the book really does not go through and talk a whole lot about the carbon dioxide being available. And so, but that would have had to have been around for the bacteria to produce the oxygen through the photosynthesis. Panspermia is saying that life came from space, and the example of that was how we talked about that the comets were able to pick up any organic molecules. Let me get this spelled out. The comets would bring the organic molecules to Earth, and so Earth started from space, particles coming from space, and that is the panspermia theory.